Hi, everyone. I'm John Kenlon, Senior Vice President at Ensemble IQ and publisher of Drugstore News. We're talking beauty today with a very special guest, Piyush Jain, who is the CEO of Maesa. Hi, Piyush. How are you?
Hi, John. Great to meet you.
Great to see you. So post-COVID, beauty really heated up. New companies were formed, new brands introduced, and Maesa has been no exception, doubling its revenue in 3 years. So what are some of the highlights at Maesa in the last year or so that you can talk about?
So I joined Mesa almost a year ago, and the last year at Mesa has been truly special. We've continued on our journey to delivering high double-digit growth while significantly enhancing profitability. When I came on board, I realized that my first priority was to ensure that in addition to our large and successful core brands like Kristin Ess and Heritage, we established a pipeline of new brands that will fuel our future growth. Very, very excited that over the last year, we've launched many new brands, Finery, Cozy Place, Being Frenchy, ITK, across fragrances, skincare that have put us firmly on the path to growth. I'm also very excited that in the last year, we've developed a leadership team that is very diverse in nature and therefore brings new thinking, great passion, and success to the company every day. Mesa is at a unique point in our journey where we need to take the entrepreneurial spirit with which it was started 25 years ago and the creativity of the organization and infuse discipline. As John, you said, we've doubled our revenues in the last 3 years. So we are now an organization at scale. So we need to be a little more disciplined. We need to have robust planning in our culture. And I'm incredibly excited that we've begun that journey and we are well on our way.
So interesting. You talked about changing the culture and making the company more inclusive. So to that point, more than ever, retailers and shoppers want brands on the shelf that reflect their values. It's good for business and it's good for the community. So how does Mesa consider purpose and the role it plays at your company? And two-part question, how does the incubator program figure into all of that?
Couldn't agree more with you, John. I think we live in a world where both our employees and our consumers choose companies and brands based on the ethos of the company, not only on the quality of the products or the brands they're buying. I'm a firm believer that companies that make the world better are the only companies that will succeed and thrive into the future. As such, I'm constantly pushing Mesa to find ways and means in which it can contribute to the world. Mesa has always been very conscious about how we make our products. So none of our products are tested on animals. Mm-hmm. We work very, very hard to remove ingredients of concern from our formulas. We minimize our footprint on the planet. But now it's time for us to step forward and pay it forward. Like I was saying, we've been on a 25-year entrepreneurial journey, and we've identified that Mesa's purpose is to pay it forward to future entrepreneurs, particularly entrepreneurs from underserved communities. It shocks me when I see the data about how few entrepreneurs from underserved communities really make successful businesses. It's not because that they don't have ideas. It's because they don't have mentorship, they don't have sponsorship, they don't have the right guidance. And that is why Mesa is stepping forward and saying we want to create Mesa Magic Incubator, which will allow entrepreneurs from these underserved communities who have great ideas and help them in their journey to take their ideas, take wings.
So you're 25 years in business, which is quite an accomplishment in a very competitive category. You talked a little bit about what makes the company different and the changes that you're making. What else about the company enables you to go to market and bring something to the retailer and to the shopper that other companies might not be bringing?
So, John, incubation is a very, very hard business. In beauty, for every 10 new brands that are launched, at most one survives. Mm-hmm. Yet Mesa has mastered this art of incubation. Not only are we the #1 beauty incubator in mass, we also have an incredible success rate where more than 1 out of every 2 brands that we launch thrive, not only survive. I attribute the success of Mesa to what I fondly call the Mesa magic. So you might ask me, what is Mesa magic? I think part one of Mesa magic is we create new and differentiated brands to meet unmet consumer needs. So we really work hard to identify gaps in the consumer's portfolio, needs that consumers have that are not being met by product solutions today. Second, after we've identified this, we find the right and authentic partners to create and launch our brand mixes with. And this is not only our founder partners, as you know, many of our brands are created with founder partners, but also retail partners. So finding the right retail environment for the right brand is critical to our journey. And finally, as we launch the brand, we come up with creative solutions and beautiful mixes that are executed brilliantly in the marketplace. One great example of this is a brand that I was talking about a little earlier, Finery. It's a brand that democratizes fine fragrances en masse. We launched it earlier this year, and it's seeing incredible success in the marketplace.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. You mentioned the word democratizing beauty, and I'm starting to hear a little bit more of that, bringing quality, innovation, style, something modern, but at a price that makes it possible for that young woman who's maybe just getting started in her career. But she wants to look her best. She wants to have the best ingredients, the best packaging, all of those things. You seem to have figured out how to do that and bring something to the customer that they want, but the retailer, so they can still make margin, drive sales, drive trips, fill the market basket.
Yeah, absolutely. Our consumers are smarter than ever. They know what they want and they know the price they're willing to pay for it. And so they're always looking for the smart solutions. So when you get that mixed right, understanding her need, what is she looking for, giving it to her in a creative way at the right price point, that's when magic happens.
Oh, that's great. All right. So final question. When you think of your journey, I know you've worked for some big companies and launched some big brands. What are a few words of wisdom that you wish you'd heard when you were just getting started in your career?
Super interesting question. Obviously, something that, John, I'm sure you've been asked multiple times in your and I think about it all the time as well. I think my advice to anyone starting out would be always raise your hand for new and different experiences. The more differentiated your experiences are, the better you are set up for success. Seek out mentors and advisors, not only the obvious mentors and advisors who happen to be your boss in your functional expertise. Diverse advisors and diverse mentors really help. And finally, life's too short. If you're not having fun at your job, please change it, because it's too short. We do our best when we are having fun at what we're doing.
Well, that's how you get good talent to come and work for you. And I know that two of your team members, I think it's Hazel Nussbaum and Dana Steinfeld, are top women this year and will be recognized at the DSN event in November. So congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. Yes, very excited. We have some incredible talent at Mesa, and industry recognition goes a long way. So thank you for the recognition for both.
Yeah, the Mesa magic, democratize beauty, and take a chance.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So Piyush Jain, CEO of Mesa, thank you so much for doing this. Let's do it again.
Absolutely. Thanks, John. Great.
Excellent. Thank you.